food poisoning. 4 different boats, all in, way away from each other, food poisoning. Second response was heat exhaustion. Then, Wednesday a week ago, when I sat with Ocean VP Safety Officer, the Ocean man informed me that all 4 boats took Pine Sol, sprayed it all over their boats, and then sat and breathed in the fumes all day long, and that's what caused the chemical poisoning. Hold on a second. I've been on boats all my life. I've been with captains all over the place. When we spray something on a boat, we wash it right off. If not, it eats the paint off the boat. We take care of our stuff. So that right there was just a blatant out lie. So then I asked him, I throw one out of left field at him, and I said, well, what about the people on 9/11? He said, it's funny you asked me about that, because I was working that job. We were following them around with respirators, begging them to put them on. And he actually pointed the finger at our New York firefighters. Yeah, he did. People who are dying a slow death as we sit in this room right now from chemical poisoning, pointed the finger at them and said that they turned around and gave him the one finger salute and said, we're not wearing a respirator, we're looking for our friends. Trained firefighters in New York? Are you serious? I wanted to just slap him in the face. But I was good. At any rate, you know, my children have broke out in 4 rashes. My child broke out in a rash the first time. I took her to Florida for 4 days. It magically cleared up. I brought her back. She broke out again. I left. She cleared up. Now, today, she's broke out again. Not to mention that my beautiful, healthy, straight-A student, gorgeous daughter, has a double ear infection, upper respiratory problems. I left and went to Baton Rouge, and as I drove back home, clearing the throat, the stickiness, the upper respiratory irritation. You know, the bottom line here is, this morning I contacted Miss Marla Cooper, who is District 9 Councilwoman for Plaquemines Parish. And Miss Marla has 3 grandchildren in our area, and she's just a great grandparent, a good mom. And I told her, Miss Marla, we have got to call for an evacuation of our area. We cannot allow our citizens to sit like we're out in the middle of, this stuff's on all 3 sides of my home. I walk outside and there's a haze. They're called bad air days. Folks, stay inside, put your air conditioner on recirculation. Everything's just fine. Well, why do we need to lock ourselves up in our house? You really think that's going to cut it? Do you really think that's going to make the situation better? No, it's not. Where do you think the air comes from that's in the house? Outside the house. These people, they never cease to amaze me. The lack of humanity here. I know that my parish only makes up 2% of Louisiana's population, but does that make my people expendable? This is unacceptable. They are slowly poisoning every person that I've ever been close to in my entire life, and I'm standing here saying no more. Now, if I ruffle some feathers and make some people mad, so be it. I don't care. My people are more important to me than their bottom line. And that is my bottom line. So basically, this whole Ponies and Balloons Act, if someone does not come in and properly oversee this response, our marsh now is being used as a boom, an absorbent boom, a big giant sponge. It's on both sides of us. It will fill up. It is filling up constantly. We have heavy crude penetrating our marsh all over the place right now as we speak. They deploy and then they pull them back in when a politician comes in. This is not acceptable. They're not cleaning it up. They're covering it up. We're barely into this. This could go on for years and years, and they're already cutting costs, cutting corners, and taking shortcuts is why we're all sitting in this room today. Enough is enough. Now, as far as EPA, OSHA, NOAA, BP, and the federal government, that every one of us in collaboration with each other, that comes from someone at the top of NOAA. That's the kind of people I've been talking to.